Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Al Badr Higher Secondary School. English lessons. Our first lesson is The Voice of God by Louis Israel Newman. Before we begin with the lesson, I just want to ask you some questions. Number 1, who is our God? Number 2, what is our religion? Number 3, who are we? Yes, we are Muslims. Our God is Allah. Today we are going to read a poem which is written by a Jewish poet, Louis Israel Newman. Before moving on to the poem, I just want to discuss with you guys some pictures. Here in this slide you can see some pictures. There are 7 pictures that one of the men is doing the charity, somebody is donating. There are some hands joined together. A small boy, helping another boy to climb up, and a young girl helping out her father. So, what do you think? What is the theme of the poem? What is the central idea? Of course, to serve the humanity. Now, let's read something about the poet. Louis I. Newman, or Louis Israel Newman, is a religious poet and a scholar of Jewish ethics. He was known as Rabbi. Rabbi means mentor, a scholar. As we have alims and muftis in our religion Islam, they have rabbis. His date of birth, he was born in Providence, Rhode Island on December 20, 1983, and his date of death is 1972. Now look at this picture. Here I have gathered 2 images. One is of mosque and the other is of church. Mosque is a place where Muslims offer their prayers, and church is the place of worship for the Christians and Jews. You can see the the topmost place in both the infrastructures. They are called minaras for the Muslim mosques, and they are called steeple or spire for the church. This was the whole introduction about the pictures. Now let's move on to the poem by Louis I. Newman. I sought to hear the voice of God and climb the topmost steeple. But God declared, "Go down again. I dwell among the people." Now look at the word meanings over here. Difficult words. Steeple, a spire on the top of a church tower of a roof. In mosque, minarets are the highest part of the building. Sought, it's the past and past participle of seek. It means attempt to find something. It means to look for. Dwell means to live in or at a specified place. Another meaning is reside. Now look at the central idea. God is omnipresent. It means He is present everywhere. He is present in our hearts. He is present in our surroundings. He is present everywhere. Even if we go to see a person who is unwell, God is present there as well. He is omniscient, means He is all knowing. We don't need to go at a height to express our emotions, as it is said in the Holy Quran. We are closer to man than his jugular vein. Be merciful to those on the earth, and the one above the heavens will have mercy upon you. Zanan al-Tirmidhi. If we want to find Allah, we can find Him among the people. We can please Him by serving His people, because service to mankind is service to God. This is the central idea of this poem, the voice of God. Critical appreciation. It is a free verse, means that does not have any rhyming pattern. You can see when we are going to look at the picture, God, steeple, again, people, you can see the words are not rhyming. Steeple, people, they are rhyming, but actually if you are going to look at the 4 lines, only 2 words are rhyming, but there is not a proper rhyming pattern over here. It's a free verse. And you can see there are 4 lines in a stanza, and if a stanza having 4 lines is called a quatrain. It's a quatrain. 4-line stanza is called a quatrain. Lewis I. Newman has not used any poetic devices, for example, metaphor, imagery, or personification in this poem. Let's move on to the explanation. Poet wanted to hear the voice of God. He went up the topmost steeple of the church, minaret of mosque. When he reached there, God ordered him to descend, as he lives among the people. The best way of meeting God is serving the humanity. This means that the best form of worship is serving the suffering humanity. Service to man is service to God. Now let's move on to the question answers. Why did the poet climb the steeple? Why did the God tell him to go down again? Say in your own words what you think is the message of the poem. Write something about the poet of the poem. Reference to context. I dwell among the people. Name the poem and the poet. Who is referred to I here in this verse? What does the poet mean to say in this verse? Just write it down. The answers in your registers. Your work should be properly done and time to time. Fill in the blanks. Lewis I. Newman was a dash. Lewis I. Newman was a dash by profession. The poet had a dash bent of mind. Lewis was born in dash. He died in dash. Lewis I. Newman lectured at dash is the tallest part of religious building, but God declared dash. Jazakallah.